We had to get a reaction to what Ango Abdullahi, one of the elders in the north, setting the record straight. He said that the southern president that Nigeria has had, Abiola, Jonathan, that the north brought these people. Is it true?
Brought them? Where from? From the north? Are they northerners? How could they have brought them? I mean, these are clearly southerners, and these are clearly in their own right emerged after a lot of processes took place as president. They didn't bring them. The North did not have any, they couldn't have done anything different than to support, their nomination and election. But the question that they brought them from where? From the Sahara Desert. So that's not right. That's not correct. It's a pity, that my friend said something like that. They didn't bring them. Of course, for anybody to be president of this country, he must have the support of majority of Nigerians. You cannot be president only by votes from your own corner of the country. But to claim that X brought Y or Y brought X, for me it is a fallacy.
But there is this impression that for anybody to become the president of Nigeria,
yes,
the person must curry the favor of the North. North believes it is more politically sophisticated than the South.
That is not true. It is not true. The true position is that in the South, we are very liberal. And there is no doubt about it. When you are talking about educational advancement, we are much more educationally advanced in the South than in the North. And where you have educational advancement, people know their rights. In other words, you cannot just pack them as if they are a flock of sheep. But where there is educational disadvantage, then you can say, hey, this is where we are going, everybody moves in that direction. No. People will ask you here, what is the rationale? If you come to the South to say vote for X, Y, Z, what do you want to do? What are your antecedents? What have you done before? How do we know you? Do we know you? And so on. But in the other part of this country, it is not essentially so. In the other part of the country, they just go follow like that. No, it's not so. So for anybody to claim he brought Abiola, where from? What's the other name you mentioned? Jonathan. No. It was politics. In politics, you negotiate, you discuss, you give and take. That is politics. Okay. Anywhere in the world.
So it's you this to the 2023 general election.
Yeah.
The North is pushing a particular conversation at this time. Dogara started it last week, and of course, Ango Abdullahi is reiterating it. There are some northern leaders that believe that power should be retained in the North, and they are doing some calculation. And the South will say their calculation defeats logic. So if you are to trace history since Nigeria got independence, the number of heads of states we've had, and president, even military
Prime Minister,
and all that.
Prime Minister.
Do you think that this North has benefited more than the South?
Of course, the North has benefited more. There is no argument about that. I mean, you should know that 1960, Tafawa Balewa, and so on and so forth. And then even Major Buhari, Babangida, Buhari, and so on and so forth, they have benefited more. But since we embrace democracy now, and we understand, we appreciate the fact that Nigeria is a heterogeneous country, made up of many nations. Many nations. We have Yoruba nation, Ijaw nation, Igbo nation, and so on and so forth. And we must have the spirit of give and take. I do not believe, and I'm sure majority of Nigerians know that now power should shift to the South. So I don't think that is subject to any debate. But when I heard somebody said so this morning, I was upset, and I wondered what he meant. So when you gave me the opportunity now to express my views, that's why I was very excited that we must apply brakes here and call people to order, that it is not so. that the power now should come back to the South. In fact, I was surprised when this debate opened, I think this morning or yesterday, and I said, why should this arise again? Yes, for me, there is no basis for it.
So in the South, Southwest, Southeast, where should it go?
Well, I think that should be the problem of the Southerners to decide where it should go. And I think they can. We did not, when we are considering the position of the president, we just say North and South. We do not go through the 6 zones as you seem to indicate or illustrate now. So if it comes to the South, then whichever the zone in the South, either Southwest, Southeast, or South-South, that lays claims to it and plays his politics right. I've always emphasized that. This is politics. If you don't play your politics right, you cannot claim that something belongs to you because you have never had it, you must have it now. No, 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 no. You must play your politics right to have it. And whatever team or whatever part of the 3 zones plays his politics right will have it. Because one, the 3 zones, even in the South, cannot make you president. In other words, you must have alliances and so on and so forth with zones in the North. So this is what I mean by playing your politics right. You play it right in the South first. While you are playing it right in the South, at the same time you must be playing it right in the North.